This is Linda Murphy. I'd like to talk to you about how to learn to love yourself. I went through many different processes in order to get to the point where I truly, truly do love myself in every aspect, every way, shape, thought, form. I have learned to love myself, and it is so freeing. It is an awesome experience. So I thought I'd share my techniques with you. And a little bit of history on me is I was diagnosed with breast cancer over 20 years ago. And as I was going through all the processes that one goes through when one has cancer, I had a good friend of mine who ended up becoming my spiritual mentor, my holistic spiritual mentor, and she held my hand through this whole process and beyond. And she says, the bottom line, Linda, is you need to learn how to love yourself. And at the time, I was like, what do you mean? Of course I love myself. She says, what kind of words are you telling your body? Words are extremely powerful. She says, what are you saying in the inside constant reel going on in your head? And I really had to sit down and think about that. And I realized I was not nice to myself. I would say negative things to myself probably almost all the time that my mind was quiet. And she really made me take pause with that. I was like, wow, I'm really not saying great things. And I was brutal to myself. And this went on for years and years and years prior to breast cancer diagnosis. So she says, this is the baseline of what you need to work on. She says, we need to change your inner voice reel from negative to positive. So we went through many different processes to get to that point. And it did take a while. I did this all through my cancer journey. I actually ended up having a wonderful, wonderful cancer journey because I learned so much about it. Was going through the process horrible? Yeah, it was not a great process, but I learned so much about myself. I learned how powerful I am and how empowered I can be. And the baseline was learning to love myself. So I'd like to share those little tidbits that I learned that might help you guys to work on learning to love yourself. So words are extremely powerful. I have learned that over the years that there's almost like a magnifier on words. If you're saying negative things to yourself, your body is hearing negative things about your body, and it's going to react in kind. If you're not nice to if your inner voice isn't nice to your body, your physical body eventually will stop being nice also. But on the other side of that, if you are saying very positive words to yourself in a routine way, and everything has turned around and everything is in a positive light, your body responds accordingly. And your body starts doing some great things for yourself, such as healing. Healing is huge with positive words. And I found that with obviously my cancer journey and other things that have come into my life. Where is my mindset? What am I saying? What's going on in my head? I sometimes have to recheck and redirect my thought processes. So one of the first things that I did was, I call it mirror talk. I made a commitment to do this 100% because I knew I needed to learn how to love myself. I knew that I needed to change my thought process and change my routine that I had been doing for years and years. And the routine was saying negative things to myself. So now I had to try to figure out how to do positive talks to myself, positive words to myself. So I sat in front of my makeup mirror, and I did this every night for weeks on end, actually. And my makeup mirror is like 5 minutes a night. And again, I made this commitment to myself because I wanted to change my inner thought process. So I looked at myself, and there's nothing about my face that I liked. So I was like, okay, I got to say nice words about my face. I'm not sure if I can. There are no nice words that I can say about it. I look in the mirror, I was like, ugh. But then I remembered way back when, in my younger years, my best friend had said, Linda, you've got really nice eyebrows. And I never really thought about that when she said it way back when, because I didn't believe anything that anyone would say that was nice about me. So I decided, well, my friend said that I had nice eyebrows, so let me look in the mirror and let me look at my eyebrows. Again, this was a 10-powered magnification makeup mirror, so it's front and center when you're looking at yourself. So So I decided to start saying nice words to my eyebrows. Did I believe it? Absolutely not. There's nothing about my face that I could say in positive words, but I was just going through the process. And I look in the mirror and said, Linda, you have nice eyebrows. Linda, you have nice eyebrows. You have good eyebrows. You have nice eyebrows. And I said that quite a few times to myself. And then that was kind of the end of the session, if it lasted 5 minutes. And the next day, the same thing. Linda, you have nice eyebrows. You have nice eyebrows. And I felt like I was just kind of going through the process, saying these nice words, but we'll see. But I was committed because I was told that I needed to change my word input in my mind. So probably by the third or fourth day, I'm talking to my eyebrows, and all of a sudden there's this shift that went on in my body. It wasn't a big shift, but there's something that as I'm saying, I like your eyebrows, I actually felt like my body was moving towards those words of like. And I thought that was really interesting. It's like, oh, okay, I felt something. Don't know what it is. I like your eyebrows. I like your eyebrows. I like your eyebrows. And it didn't feel as badly in my body as it had the first many days. It felt a little different, maybe a little better. So I continued on with this, and it took about a week of me talking to my eyebrows. And at about the week's time, I would say, Linda, I like your eyebrows. And all of a sudden, my body was shifting in a very positive way, and I could honestly say to my face, to myself, I like your eyebrows, Linda. You know what? I think I really like your eyebrows. And I'm going to take that another step. I really love your eyebrows. And as I'm saying, I really love your eyebrows, my whole body is kind of lighting up. My body really appreciated the positive words. And I had to sit with that for a little bit afterwards, like, oh, that is really interesting. My body reacted to my positive words. And it made me think, gee, was my body over the years reacting negatively to my negative words to myself? And I decided maybe I'm onto something. So the second week, I decided, well, what else am I going to look at? I never liked my nose. I always wanted to change my nose. I thought it was too big, whatever. So I said, all right, I have to work on liking my nose. And then I'd say, Linda, I like your nose. That went on for a day or two. I like your nose, like your nose. Maybe about day 2.5, 3, something like that, I started feeling that shift again, that maybe my nose was okay. And this took a little less time when I was working on my nose. It's like probably after 5 days or so, I looked at my nose and say, I really like your nose, Linda. Your nose looks just like Dad's nose. Dad's no longer here. And aren't I lucky that I have something to carry on with my dad? I've got my dad's nose. I never minded my dad's nose. So therefore, I don't mind my nose. And as I'm saying these positive words to myself, the shift is starting. I could feel the shift in my body. The cells are starting to react positively to my words. Now I'm getting excited because I feel like, oh, I'm onto something. This is like, whoa, this is all I have to do? So all I have to do is to say positive words to myself, positive words of love to myself, and I can get the shift. So now I'm kind of getting excited, almost addicted. So now I'm looking in the mirror. This is probably the third week. And I decided I'm going to work on my eyes. And I've always hated my eyes. And a background story on that is when I was a young kid, as young kids do to other young kids, someone says, Linda, your eyes look like cat pee. And I'm like, what? Cat pee? That's really not a nice looking color. Why would they say that? Well, I have hazel eyes. And hazel eyes change with whatever you're wearing, the colors around you. They have this magical ability to kind of change with whatever. My oldest son has my eyes. He has hazel eyes. And since he was born and had hazel eyes, I loved his eyes. I mean, I couldn't get enough of his eyes. Like, oh my gosh, they're so beautiful. What I couldn't put together back then was his beautiful eyes were the same beautiful eyes that I had. I could see him and see beauty in him, but I couldn't see that beauty in my own hazel eyes. So I decided I would work on that. And I thought that was interesting. My son Patrick had these gorgeous eyes. And I can acknowledge his eyes, but I can't acknowledge my eyes. So Linda, you have nice eyes. Look at the color of your eyes. Your eyes change with whatever you're wearing. Aren't you lucky? Notice how I'm saying these positive words pretty quickly as I'm going at each aspect of my face. So within probably a day, maybe 2 days, but probably closer to a day, I'm realizing I really do like my eyes. And I also had the backup that, well, I love Patrick's eyes. His is the same eye color as mine. So I can love mine because I love his. these positive words are starting to flow through my body. So I'm feeling I'm really starting to accomplish something. So the next day or two, I'm looking at my face again, and I'm like, okay, Linda, let's look at your lips. You have nice lips. Yeah, they look good around your teeth. And by the way, Linda, you've always said that you liked your teeth. That's one of the few things that you had said that you liked. After braces, you like the way they looked. So look at how the lips kind of embrace the teeth. Look at that whole package down there, your mouth, your lips, your teeth. Look at how nice they are when you smile. And look at how bright they are. Notice how I'm saying all these positive words about myself, my facial expressions, my facial features, not expressions. And I'm feeling the shift going on in my body. And at this point, I'm really starting to feel that I am onto something big here. Because the negativity that I was telling myself and that constant reel in my head was starting to fade away. And the positive reels of words were coming in, and realizing truly how powerful words are for ourselves and to other people as well. So I feel like I am going down this holistic spiritual aspect of healing on top of, yes, I did do the medical healing that I need to do and all the medical aspects I needed to do for breast cancer. But this was such a crux of my healing aspect of disease. It's like loving yourself. And I just decided that, wow, this feels really good. So then I continued on. And again, this took a few weeks worth, but I had made a commitment every single night. I was going to look in this facial mirror, this magnification mirror, and I was going to praise my face. So then I went on to my skin, and I got to the point that I absolutely loved my skin. And then it's like, oh, wow, look at this. Look at how nice this looks, and look at how pretty this looks with your eyes and your eyebrows and all that. So I was like, okay, we're moving along here. One of the last things that I did with my face was my hair. And the background story was way back when, in second grade, I had this girl come up to me, and I have really curly hair. And at times it's frizzy curly hair. And back in second grade, this girl, Ginger, came up to me. She goes, Linda, why does your hair look like a Brillo pad? I'm like, Brillo pad? Well, that's just not a nice thing. That's a frizzy looking, yucky thing. So with her saying that, I took that in to be my truth. I took that in that my hair must be really disgusting looking. This is in second grade. So I wore that truth up until probably my 40s. And hated my hair, absolutely hated my hair. And so the negative words that I was told became my truth. And my truth was the negativity of all the words that I would say. If it was a frizzy hair day, as I would call it, which means there was a lot of humidity, it's like, oh, my hair, it's going to look disgusting. So battling my hair was going to be a big one in the mirror, because I had to get beyond my false truth that I've been telling myself for all these decades. All right, that's going to wrap it up for the beginning of my series of how to learn self-love. And I'll catch you next time. Thanks. Goodbye.